A primordial secret lies hidden within the depths of the earth, protected by the silence of time. But the silence is broken as the engines of greed roar to life, bringing a tide of cold steel to decimate this holy ground. Massive machines crawl forward like iron insects, their only purpose to lead the earth of its energy and claim what was never theirs to take. The forest screams as heavy tires crush the life from the soil, clearing a path for the giants of industry to reach the sacred cave. When the diamond drills bite into the ancient stone, they do not just find rock, they pierce the very heart of a sleeping god below. Great cracks spiderweb across the mountain's face, a warning written in stone as the dust of centuries falls like tears upon the invaders far below. Deep beneath the surface, a heartbeat begins to pulse, a rhythmic thrumming that shakes the very foundations of the world in an angry response. The mountain itself begins to move, shedding its skin of limestone, as a colossus of rock and fire rises from the depths of time itself. Rivers of molten lava ignite within the cracks of the stone, casting a terrifying red glow across the valley as the ancient guardian finally awakens. The face of the earth transforms, revealing the features of a titan that has watched the world since the dawn of the very first dawn. Two eyes of burning fire snap open, filled with a wrath that has simmered for eons, now focused entirely on the machines that dare intrude. This is the guardian of the lode, a sentinel born from the crust of the planet, and it does not welcome those who bring destruction. As it pulls its massive limbs from the ground, the earth buckles and breaks, flipping tanks like they were nothing more than discarded autumn leaves. Standing tall against the sky, the Titan blocks out the sun, casting a long, dark shadow of judgment over the trembling army of men below. The machines look small, fragile, and pathetic compared to the sheer scale of the geological force that now towers over the entire canyon floor. Panic ripples through the ranks of the invaders as they realize their metal tools are no match for the living mountain that stands before them. Desperate commands are shouted over the radio, and the valley erupts into fire as the tanks unleash their full fury against the stone giant. Shells explode against the Titan's chest in a symphony of fire. Yet the ancient rock remains unbroken, absorbing the puny impact of human technology. The Titan raises a fist that could crush a city, its stone knuckles glowing white-hot with the energy of the planet's core and raw anger. With a single strike, the world dissolves into chaos as a massive shockwave ripples through the valley, shattering the earth and throwing steel skyward. A wall of dust and debris swallows the front line, burying the machines in a tomb of dirt as the Titan asserts its absolute dominance. Steel birds scream through the air, firing missiles that leave trails of white smoke, attempting to blind the giant with their modern explosive power. But the Titan is as swift as a landslide, swatting the helicopters from the air with a casual movement that creates a hurricane-force wind. Fire and smoke fill the sky as the metal birds fall, their rotors snapping like twigs against the immovable force of the ancient stone guardian. The Titan draws a deep breath, its chest expanding as it pulls the very essence of the Earth's energy into its massive, glowing rock heart. It slams both fists down in a final act of defiance, ripping a jagged wound into the earth that glows with the heat of magma. The ground opens its mouth to swallow the invaders whole, dragging the massive drills into a fiery abyss from which there is no escape. Boulders the size of houses are hurled through the air, and the valley becomes a blender of rock, fire, and the twisted remains of metal. A roar of tectonic power echoes through the mountains, a sound so loud it vibrates the very atoms of everything in its path of destruction. The Titan reaches down with fingers of granite, plucking the largest machine from the dirt as if it were a toy for a child. With a slow, deliberate squeeze, the metal groans and snaps, showering the ground with sparks before being tossed into the growing pile of junk. Magma flows like blood from the Earth's wounds, purging the Valley of the Machines and returning the land to the rule of ancient fire. Those who survive the initial onslaught run for their lives, realizing too late that some secrets are meant to remain buried forever in time. The air is thick with the scent of ozone and burnt oil, a dark cloud hanging over the ruins of a failed and foolish conquest. One final stomp seals the fate of the mining camp, as a massive landslide buries the last remnants of the human intrusion under heavy stone. As the dust settles, the valley falls silent once more, leaving only the smoldering skeletons of machines to tell the tale of the battle. The Titan stands tall, its breathing slowing down as the fire in its eyes fades from a bright rage to a calm, watchful amber. Its duty fulfilled, the Guardian turns back toward its home, walking with the heavy, slow grace of a mountain that has finally found peace. It touches the cave entrance with a gentle hand, sealing the blue energy away from the eyes of the greedy, protecting it once again. The Titan begins to settle, its massive knees sinking into the soft earth as it prepares to return to its long and silent slumber. The rocks shift and groan, locking together like pieces of a giant puzzle as the Titan's form begins to blend with the mountainside. Moss and vines crawl across the stone skin, hiding the scars of battle as the giant becomes one with the landscape it was born to. The heat fades, the fire dies down, and the valley returns to the quiet beauty it held for thousands of years before the machines arrived. From high above, the valley looks as it always has, a place of mystery and power, watched over by a silent and eternal Stone King. Remember this warning well. Do not wake the sleepers of the earth, for their wrath is as old and unstoppable as the world itself.